cut it pretty close, didn't we? We returned to London just 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks and a couple of days. And it has been an absolute whirlwind.
We've been able to connect with our children, our grandchildren, and even our cat, Hobo.
Oh, yay, Hobo!
And I forgot how much I hate
Cat hair.
white cat hair.
I know.
But I'll get over it. We love Hobo.
We were particularly happy to spend time with Scentsy leaders last night.
Woo!
And we're very excited to be here with all of you.
Woo!
A lot has happened during our time away, hasn't it? In fact, it would be impossible to overstate just how much has happened for us and for you.
Through it all, we have missed you.
We missed you. We love you.
We love you. And we're ready for Scentsy Sunshine.
Woo!
To us, Scentsy Spirit and Sunshine are one and the same. In all that we have experienced over the years, Scentsy has been one constant source of sunshine in a world that needs more and more light.
Spirit!
There was another time back in the early 2000s. It didn't have much sunshine for us. I was running a sales organization of traveling salesmen who sold products that we represented at fairs and shows around the United States. Things that could be demonstrated. Products that slice and dice, don't crack, chip, or peel. Things you'd see on late night TV, like super chamois and ginsu knives. Now the biggest state fairs in the United States are in September. So the business was significantly impacted by the terrorist attacks on 9/11 in 2001.
We were $700,000 in debt. That's a lot. Orville worried that we would be forced into bankruptcy, but I refused to accept that.
Thank you, by the way.
Yes. With names like Heidi and Orville, people would have recognized us when they read our names in the paper. And maybe that's a little vague, but that was the case. So I told Orville that we were going to swing for the fence and swing really hard.
Now we don't tell this part of the story very often, but Scentsy was not our first swing for the fence attempt.
One of the products that we sold was a car wax that Orville made, and it was called Carnauby. It was a very good wax, and it fell into the hands of Jerry Glanville at the time, he's a prominent sportscaster and former NFL football coach and race car driver.
So a friend of a friend got us together, and Jerry asked us to private label a wax for him, and together we produced an infomercial. And we spent our last available $60,000 on the infomercial for Glanville's race wax. We scoured the archives.
We dug deep.
Found the infomercial. Would you like to see a clip?
Hi, I'm Jerry Glanville, sports commentator, pro driver, former NFL coach, and a guy who doesn't mess around when it comes to his cars. So when it comes to car wax, there's only one name I trust. Mine. Introducing Glanville Motorsports Race Wax. It's a supreme quality Carnauby wax designed to my personal standards. Fast, tough, and oh so hits. If you don't find my formula to be the best wax that you've ever used, well then first you're nuts, and second, I'll buy it back myself. Thank you.
The full 2-minute version is in the museum if you want to see it there. I didn't think it was very bad.
I actually would have bought some after watching that. So,
Me too.
but I don't know if we can call it a complete failure. But it was our last $60,000.
$60,000.
And we only got a $60 return.
Oh.
We only sold 3 bottles. So now we were completely broke financially. And that was a swing and a big miss.
Strike one.
Yeah. But our next swing was a base hit, so we were improving.
So that second swing actually came with the direct sale, or with the fair and show company that we had. In March of 2004, I went to the home show in Salt Lake City. It was one of my largest home shows, and we had 13 booths to pay for. But we had no money in the bank. We just spent it all on the infomercial. I told the show promoter, who had become my friend, Deborah Greenband, the check is in the mail with my fingers crossed behind my back for at least 2 months before the show. When I arrived with all of my things and all the pitchmen coming in to set up, I went to Deborah and I gave her a check for $16,000. And I said, Deborah, don't cash it, it'll bounce. I don't have the money in the bank. But I promise you, if you let me set up for this booth or this show, I'll buy the check back with cash, and if I don't, there's clear fraud right there, and you've got me, dead to rights. So, she liked me, I think, felt sorry for me a lot, and I really needed the favor, because we were at the end of our rope. And she agreed, and she even gave us an additional booth when someone didn't show up. Now, the only thing that I had to sell in that additional booth was a 64-in-1 video game controller that I had left over from the Christmas kiosks of the mall season a couple months before. So I hired my 13-year-old niece Margot, and she sat in the booth and played video games, and we hoped we could sell as many of these controllers as we could.
Right across from that free booth, Colette Gannell and Kara Egan set up their booth selling Wycliffe candles and warmers. Their little company was called Scentsy. On a busy day, busy Saturday afternoon, Orville sat down on a bench at the end of the aisle between the two booths and was intrigued by the action of the Scentsy booth. Fortunately, Colette really wanted one of those video game controllers and took the opportunity to ask Orville for a trade.
And we did make a trade, and I brought home a warmer, 3 Scentsy bars, and a set of testers to Heidi.
I think we got the better trade.
Yeah. Although that video game controller might be worth a lot of money right now. I don't know if we have one in the museum, and we'd really like one.
I didn't see it in there.
Now, the bars, you know what the bars were? This might be a trivia question.
I know.
Time.
You know what they are?
Team meeting.
3 of them.
They were Sun-Kissed Citrus,
Woo!
Thunderstorm, and Banana Nut.
I was so grateful that Orville brought me something that I liked. Because most of the things that he would bring me from the home shows, I would just throw in a pile and they would gather dust in our garage. But Scentsy was different. The first fragrance I warmed was banana nut bread. And Orville came in and thought that I was baking. So we got a good laugh out of that. The next day, I invited my mom and my sister to come over and get their opinion about Scentsy, and Orville had to leave. He came back 2 hours later, and we were still sitting there in the same spot, smelling testers, laughing and sharing stories, and it was really fun and a really great memory.
I think we share that part of the story because we want you to know that our first experience with Scentsy was very similar to most of your first experience with Scentsy. In fact, I remember asking Colette when I first saw it, where's the wick? And she had to explain to me the concept of the wickless candle. Now at first, I was just trying to help Kara and Colette. I was hoping to help them avoid the debt problems that we were facing. And after we started talking a little bit about their business, I could see that their little startup was in trouble. After just a couple of weeks of working together, they asked me if we wanted to buy their business. Now, we didn't have any money, so we had to work out a deal. And we did work out a deal that has been wonderful for all of us.
It all happened so quickly. 6 weeks after meeting them for the first time, Orville and I drove to Utah to sign the paperwork and pick up the inventory. And that is how we became owners and stewards of Scentsy.
That's when we took this picture to commemorate our new venture. It's known as the handshake picture. Heidi talked about it during her 2017 Growth Mindset keynote, which I recommend to all of you.
This was before I had research direct selling, before Orville attended his first DSA meeting in New Orleans, where we used the last of our vouchers and a $25 per night Priceline hotel room. They don't even do that anymore, I don't think.
It's a bit of a deal.
So that he could attend. And it was before I got deeply involved in Scentsy. So as you can see, I'm really not even visible in that photo. And neither are Kara's husband Troy or Colette's husband Greg, who have supported Scentsy from the very start.
Yes, that's true.
We've had
Woo!
20 incredible, unforgettable years.
Yes.
And we can't tell this story without recognizing Kara and Colette.
Woo! We love you guys.
Please join us in welcoming Kara and Troy Egan.
Woo! Woo! Yes! Woo! Woo! Oh, I love Colette so much. I love them all. They all are beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, look at them. So emotional.
Yep. Says hold for a photo. Who's photoing us? Okay.
Hey, tell us where you want us to meet.
Oh, so perfect. That's perfect, perfect.